Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Ashley, and on this channel we talk all things budgeting and cash stuffing, including sinking funds and savings challenges. So today I have for you our weekly budget check-in. We are going to go over our expenses for the week and unstuff those cash envelopes to go ahead and pay back our credit card. Now, if that's something you're interested in, make sure you subscribe to my channel and stick around for the rest of this video. All right, y'all, let's get into it. Okay, so let's just look first real quick what I've got going on over here. Y'all, I have a new expense chart thing that I created. I think this is going to work out a little bit better. If you haven't seen my video before, you don't remember what the other one looked like. It was very, very similar, but there are a couple little changes that I decided to go ahead and make for it mostly it was to make these videos easier and just to easier keep track of everything. So before I didn't really have a spot for my key, and I just kind of wrote it up top under this little header, but I did make a little box down here so that I can keep like what colors I am using for each category down over here. And I also created this total section for my categories. Just to make it easier to follow along how much I'm actually spending in each category over here. So I did that. This section's pretty much set up the same exact way, so there's no difference here. I did make this more of a weekly expense tracker, where before I was trying to keep everything together for the month, but I think just how I go about my budget weekly just makes more sense because I close out at the end of each week, unstuff everything. So that just makes the most sense to me. So we are still going to have our transaction, our category, the amount, and the balance after each of those transactions over here. We just have a more areas to kind of keep us organized. So we have down there the categories and stuff and the totals. And that will make it easier as I'm kind of going over everything. I won't have to pull out a calculator. And if I want to look back on previous weeks, I'll be able to say, okay, this week I spent this much on gas, and this week I spent this much on groceries. So hopefully it'll be able to make it so we can see how much we are actually spending in each category easier, so I don't have to go back and like add things up. So it'll be a nice reference sheet for later when we're trying to figure out if we need to change our budget for each category. But that was my thought process there. If y'all haven't noticed, I have been feeling the energy on creating new things for my Etsy shop. I think I'm going to go ahead and add this to the Etsy shop. I haven't completely decided yet. If you want to see this on my Etsy shop, make sure you leave a comment down below. But I also did, since my last video, create a couple new savings challenges. I created a new one for vacation. I wanted one that had more option on boxes because I want to be able to make them lower numbers, and then that way, even though it's lower numbers and I can stuff more, I can color in more boxes, and then the weeks that I can only stuff a small amount of numbers, like a small amount of cash, it'll be easier for me. So I created this one. I think it's pretty cute. It's kind of got the more road trip vibes versus my last one that was kind of like tropical feeling. I also created a couple of 52 weeks savings challenge cards as well. This one over here has more low numbers. So the thought process with these 52 week savings challenges is the coral or pink kind of colors up here are one for each week. And then this last row is like extra. So if you wanted to stuff, more money in there, you can go ahead and do that for a week. But this one's kind of lower numbers. You've got 1s, 5s, 10s, $15, and the highest it goes up top is $20. For the bonus, it's $30, $40, and $50. So it's a little bit more of a challenge to do the bonus, but it's still not, you know, crazy if you have a lower budget. This one I kind of did with a slightly higher budget. The lowest on the first 4 rows is going to be $10, but you've got 10, 15, 20, 25, and then 50. And the bonus here is going to be a little bit higher with 75, 100, and 150. So I just wanted to share that with y'all today before we jump into our expense categories, because I'm really excited. I've just kind of been feeling this creative vibe these past couple days, and I was excited to make all these new challenges for y'all. If there's a certain challenge that you would like for me to kind of create, please feel free to leave ideas down below, and I'll try and do that. Etsy's kind of not been my focus recently, but I've been feeling the creative vibes. So while I am feeling this, you know, creativity that I want to unleash, I'm gonna just keep creating and putting stuff on my Etsy while I'm feeling it. But all right, y'all, let's get into the real reason you're watching this video, and that's to go over these weekly expenses. So we are gonna start this like we usually do. I did have one bill come out this week, and y'all know this is all prop money, but we are going to take it out because it did come out of our checking account, and that is the $31 for cable. So I'm just going to put that to the side. For the rest of June, we still have insurance and our Discover payment that is coming out, and we have already started stuffing for July. So we're done there. And next up, we are gonna start with our cash envelopes. So I did not spend anything out of personal this week. And so we're gonna start with groceries. Now, y'all, we did a big grocery run last week, and I believe it was Saturday that my husband went and did that. So we actually did not do really any grocery shopping this week. My husband did stop on Tuesday, and he grabbed something from Trader Joe's for $2.76. So we're going to take that $3 here out of groceries. And we are now left with 100, 120, 140, 160, 180, 200, 10, 20, 25, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35. So we have $2.35 left in groceries, and I think I'm going to go ahead and write this over here for our remaining balance for each of the envelopes. I think this will help me keep track over there. Okay, next up is gas. Now, y'all, the Harris Teeter that's across from my house opened a new gas station this past weekend, and for their like grand opening celebration, they offered 40 cents off the gallon. So it went from being $4.89 to $4.49. So we jumped on that deal. So I filled up my tank. It wasn't completely empty, but I did top it off, and so we spent $26.19 there. And then my husband filled up his tank, and that was $43.63. And then later on in the week, my husband also has a motorcycle, and he had to top his tank off, so he spent $11.41 to fill up the motorcycle. So we actually ended up spending $81.23 on gas this week, which means we went over by $7.23. So everything is going to come out of the gas envelope, which, let's see what we had in there. So we had 20, 40, 50, 60, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70, 71, 72, 73, 74. So we had $74 in here. But let's just go ahead and take all that out. And towards the end, we're going to figure out where that extra $7 is going to come from. But let's go ahead and move on to the next one. We did not spend anything out of pet care this week. We did spend some things out of dining. So on Sunday, we ended up going out after my shift. If you watched my previous videos from last week, you would know I had a crazy busy weekend. So Sunday, me and my husband just wanted to go out, have dinner, have drinks, get some dessert, and just kind of have like a little date evening on Sunday. So we ended up going out to a local restaurant. It was actually a new brewery kind of thing, and had dinner. We did go get ice cream afterwards. And then we went down, so I am located near the ocean. So we went down to the boardwalk and just walked around, had some fun down there. But yeah, it was a great evening, but we did spend $112 on dinner that night. We did spend $14 on this local ice cream shop. So that's where a majority of this money is going. I also did pick up lunch after one of my morning shifts as well, because y'all, I was just hungry and I needed something. This was the day that it was after I had a bunch of stuff going on and I knew I was not gonna want to cook. So I just grabbed something for the both of us and we spent $17 there. So overall in dining this week, we did spend $143.72. But we should still have about $11 left over afterwards. So let's go ahead. We're going to pull 144 from here. So 100, 20, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44. All right, so 144 from dining. So left over in dining, we have 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And I do think the good thing about this new tracker is that I can see I'm pulling the correct amount down over here, but it's also still adding up to the balance that I have listed on this side. Because y'all know I like to stay organized, especially because I use my credit card and unstuff my envelopes each week. I want to make sure that I am covering all my bases and staying organized. That way I know I'm not spending more money than I think I am. But anyways, let's keep going. We did not spend anything out of fun, but we did spend some stuff out of miscellaneous. Oh, and I didn't write over here. We have nothing left in gas. Okay, so like I said, me and my husband went on a date and we went down to the ocean, and our boardwalk, you have to pay for parking. So that night it was actually $10.60 to pay for parking. And then we also volunteered on Tuesday, and that was in like our downtown area, and that was $9 for parking. So we spent a total of $19.60 on parking this week. Usually I take parking out of miscellaneous, but as you can see over here, that means we are negative $2.60 out of parking. So everything in here is coming out. So we have 5, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. That is coming out of parking. All right, so before I go to my sinking funds binder for our last item, we are going to figure out where this $10 is coming from. So I think I'm going to go ahead and pull the $10 from fun. Just because we didn't spend anything out of fun and we still have a decent amount in there. I think the next thing we're going to use fun for is me and my husband want to go see, what is it called? Lightyear? The new, like, Buzz Lightyear Toy Story thing that's in the movies. but we're not going to be able to do that probably till midweek, and I still have my cash stuffing for this week coming up. So we'll have the funds in there. So it just makes sense to go ahead and take that $10 from here. So now we're going to be left with $23 in fun. And I am going to write that down over here. Just to give myself a little note for what is left. And I said there was what, 23? So $23 is left over in fun. And we have nothing left in miscellaneous. Okay, so we are done with this binder now. And last thing is coming out of our sinking funds. And that is out of health. My husband went ahead and ordered more protein powder. And that was $85.78. So we are going to be taking $86 out of health. So 20, 40, 60, 70, 80, 85. Let's see, I am going to have to make change. So this is $90, 20, 40, 60, 70, 80, 85, 90. So $90, which means I need $4 change. And we are left with $5, $10, $15, $16, $17, $18, $19 in health. And then I'm just gonna write that over here. All right, and that is it. We have unstuffed everything for the week. And now with this way this new setup is done, we should have $333 roughly over here to go back towards the credit card. You'll notice that I did not include the bills, and that is because that one, remember, was prop money, and that came out of our checking account already. So let's go ahead and count everything up and make sure that we have $333 to go back towards the bank. So we've got 100, 20, 40, 60, 82, 20, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 85, 90, 95, 300, 5, 10, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34. So we have $334 going back to the bank so that we can go ahead and pay off that credit card. All right, y'all, that is going to be it for today. I hope y'all are having a wonderful Monday. Make sure you stay tuned. Tomorrow we'll be going over my income for last week along with the budget for this coming week. So stay tuned for that, and I'll see you then. Bye.